The 21st of November 2017 Get Short URLThe venerated U.S. television program 60 Minutes reported on the crisis in Yemen on Sunday, pointing out if you keep going like you're going, there's not going to be anybody left, all the children are going to be dead. The CBS program, however, left out the fact that the U.S. is providing crucial material support for Saudi Arabia's atrocities in Yemen. In addition to failing to highlight that Saudi Arabia is a firm U.S. ally, 60 Minutes also never mentioned that the U.S. House of Representatives recently passed a measure to continue refueling Saudi warplanes mid-flight. The bill, H.R. 599, passed despite evidence that Saudi warplanes have intentionally bombed civilians and even funeral proceedings. Congressional office holders Rep. Ro Khanna DCA, Rep. Mark Pocan DWI, Rep. Thomas Massey RKY and Rep. Walter Jones RNC introduced a measure in late September requiring the government to obtain congressional permission before participating in war operations in Yemen, but it didn't move out of the House. David Beasley, executive director of the World Food Program, exclaimed in the November 19 show, "You keep going like you're going, there's not going to be anybody left, all the children are going to be dead." The organization has said 150,000 kids will die over the next few months if Western support for Riyadh's war remains unchanged. The Intercept reports that per 60 Minutes framing of the conflict, the crisis in Yemen is a random tragedy happening on the other side of the world, man-made, but outside U.S. control. In addition to U.S. and UK participation in Saudi air operations over Yemen, the Western nations have supplied the kingdom with billions of dollars worth of bombs. U.S. warships have also helped enforce a blockade on Yemeni ports, effectively helping to starve the nation's people, who rely on imports for 90% of their food supplies, which 60 Minutes also paints as a dire situation in which the U.S. has no involvement. The UN has warned against maintaining the blockade, stating that the 7.3 million Yemenis already living in famine-like conditions would be among millions of victims caused by a lack of food. The tragedy continues despite the fact that if tonight the United States of America and the United Kingdom tonight told Saudi King Salman, "This war has to end," it would end tomorrow because the Royal Saudi Air Force cannot operate without American and British support. Bruce Riedel, former CIA officer and fellow at the Brookings Institution, wrote in April 2016. Congress and the American people know too little about the role we are playing in a war that is causing suffering for millions of people and is a genuine threat to our national security. Rep. Khanna told Foreign Policy over email September 29. Thanks to programs like CBS 60 Minutes, lack of public knowledge about U.S. involvement in the Yemen crisis will likely continue unabated.